Alright, what's going on, guys? I think I'm actually live this time, so fingers crossed. I'm about to check in a sec, but welcome to my live. I'm going to be trading Bitcoin throughout the New York session, just through the AM, so we'll see if any trades play out. I do have a trade idea in mind. It's marked out on the chart, so I'll head into the chart, have a quick look, and I'll break it down if I'm actually live right now. So let's have a little look. Sweet, so I'm actually live right now. Amazing. Let's head into my charts. Won't need this anymore. So yeah, I'm looking for a short position pretty much. I've got a fair value gap marked out here, and I am targeting 19257. So how did I come to this arrangement? How did I come to this trade? So when I trade, I have a trading plan right here next to me, and I follow this. This is my ICT trading plan, and this is what I'm trying to get used to. At some point, I'm not going to need to rely on the trading plan anymore, but for now, I will stick to this. Also, when I stare at the camera, it kind of blinds me, so excuse me if my eyes start going a bit weird. Anyways, step one is the bias. So I like to head over to the daily, weekly time frame. So here we are on the daily. Please keep in mind and have a look at how clean my charts are. I just want to say that this is the way to trade. I made a tweet today saying that maturing as a trader is realizing that clean charts is much cooler than the crazy, marked up graphs and stuff. When we first start, you think it kind of looks cool and you want to share it. Like, yeah, sick, I'm a trader, but it's a bit messy. It's all over the place, and I like to keep my charts extremely clean. So what do I have drawn on my charts? I have sell stops here. What do I mean? This to me looks like a very obvious retail support, to be honest, and I do think it's going to get broken. Now, where are the stop losses? I think the stop losses are below these lows and below this low here. So I do think price is going to crack down below 17,600. That is the level which I have been looking at for quite some time now. So why am I bearish? So we're in a clear downtrend. We got the sell stops here, and I was looking to the upside. Where are the buy stops? What sort of buy stops has been swept? And I'll break that down in the smaller time frames. So here we have the hourly time frame. I will actually mark up the start of the day as I do. Also, this might be a bit weird. I've never talked live while actually trading, but I'll try my best to explain it. But pretty much my bias is short, so I'm going to look for price to give me reasons to go short. So I'm going to have a look at the daily, and I mark out London, and I'll mark out the London highs and lows, which is what you have here. London high, London low. Now, we had the London high broken, so on the charts here, you can see the time says 9:05. This is because I'm trading the New York session. This is set to New York time. So once 9 o'clock hits, 9 a.m. New York, for me, I'm in Adelaide, so it's 11:30 p.m. Okay, pretty sure it starts in about half an hour. May have started a bit early, but pretty much I start when the New York AM session starts, and there's a few things I look for. But prior to that, I want to see where the daily opened and where the London highs and lows are. So I have that marked out here. London in New York time starts at 2. So from 2 o'clock, here was the high, and the finish of London is 5 o'clock here. So I got the high and the low marked out. With the highs, over here, we had price run through the highs. Now what's that telling me? We're having, from a retail perspective, we're having lower lows and lower highs, some sort of consolidation. We broke to the upside. So what does retail think? Retail is now thinking, okay, we broke to the upside. It's going to be break and retest, and let's go for longs. Where are they going to put their stops? Below the last lows. So where are the last lows? The risky traders are going to be putting them just below support, because this is the resistance flip support. So they're going to put it there. Price has run through that very clearly, and I do expect price to, make its rally down, pull back somewhere, and this is where I think it's going to pull back to before running London lows. So that's kind of a little breakdown into what I'm looking for. In the smaller time frames, we see it a bit more clearly. We broke above this resistance, and we've tapped it a couple times, flipping it into support. Now, after price couldn't actually break through these swing highs, it melted, took the sell stops, and it opened up a fair value gap. Now, the reason why it's not to this candle is because this fair value gap is drawn on to the 1 minute time frame. And the reason why I chose that is because this is the fair value gap that's actually in a premium market. So here's the 50% line. This is the swing, which shifted market structure over here. And I'm looking for price to pull back after that market structure shift. I'm looking for it to pull back into a fair value gap in a premium market. The premium market is just anywhere above the 50% marked out on the fib, and a discount is anything below the 50% on the fib. Now, I just want to say, like, I'm not trying to teach or anything. I'm literally just explaining my thought process when going into these trades. So I'm looking for price to pull back up into a fair value gap in a premium market if I'm looking for shorts. If I'm looking for longs, it's different. It's the same thing, but it's flipped. I'm looking for price to pull into a discount fair value gap before I long. So that's the basis of this trade. That's why I have this marked up the way I do. And from like this point on, it's literally just a waiting game. So I'm waiting for price to pull into my fair value gap, and I'm targeting the London lows. Although I do have my main target down here. Well, my main target's actually 17,600, but according to the market structure we've been given, I want to target the sell stops below this very last like big drop. Because if you think about it, after we got this dip, right, and took out these sell stops here, from this time to this time, anyone going long most likely has not been stopped out. Maybe people trying to go long in these areas with very tight stop losses, but generally everyone going long from here is in profits because their stop losses would probably be below here or below here. After we had a sweep here, all these stop losses got taken out, making people think we're going to go short. So I thought that there's going to be people putting their stop losses essentially above these highs. Highs got run, but this high up here, it's a little bit suspect. This high was not broken. I was expecting it to be, because as you can see here, we got a bunch of highs up here. So pretty much anyone going short from here is in profits if they had not pulled out or whatever. But I did want to see these buy stops be swept and then price come back down and then forming this kind of setup, but we didn't see it. So I'm a little bit kind of thinking like price may pull up above here before creating the setup which I want, which is the short. But look, I'm risking a small amount on this trade. If I lose this trade, then I'm going to anticipate price running these previous highs. So this will be one trade, this will be another. And if this is the successful one and we do get that drop down, then that will make up for the losses from this trade. But that's just my little thought process, because what happened here is we had a swing high, and straight away we had another swing high which never broke these highs. So I do think there is buy stops above here, and if we look over to the left, it doesn't look like much, but I like to see fair value gaps just above these swing highs, because if there is, and price does come back up to rebalance, it's going to need to fly through those buy stops. So let's go into some smaller time frames and just investigate. This is literally what I do in my trading session. I mean, I am in my trading session right now, so you can literally see it. Any fair value gaps, we are on the 15-minute time frame. I already see something here, so I'll mark the bottom of that fair value gap here. I mean, you could say that price here pulled up and balanced it, but I do think there are smaller time frame fair value gaps within that line, so we'll have a quick look at that. Yeah, so most of this is unbalanced. It's going to even smaller time frames, and in this case I will use the replay tool so that I don't have to keep scrolling back and forth. Let's have a look into the 1 minute. Boom, we got two little fair value gaps there. So I'm gonna do here, and if I was to take this trade, say price does pull up and I go short, where am I putting my stop loss? According to the method I trade, you put it above the last candlestick. So the stop loss would be right here. But since I am still getting used to this and I am still trying to get my groove, it's recommended that you put your stop loss above the last swing high. So my entry will be as price comes into this fair value gap And since it does have a fair value gap above it, you do want to take that into account. So just above the last high, something like that. Now we can exit the replay tool, draw this over, and this will give us the second trade if this first one does not work out and price does like pull all the way back in. Where did it go? Strange. Where is it? What's the word missing? Okay, let's go back into larger time frames and see if we can find it. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so that would be that. I think I may have stuffed up, I'm not gonna lie. Just pay attention to this trade. It's still not pulling up, so that's all good. Still giving me time to investigate. Okay, so essentially what I had done here is I was looking at this fair value gap and I just realized it was all balanced already. I was supposed to be looking up here, so my bad. I will take this out. I'll put a little mark here just so that I know, and I'll go back in and pretty much do the same thing, because I'm looking for price to run these highs and then tap into a fair value gap in this area because it's above these highs. So I'm going to go back in, get my replay tool out and have a little look. So just snip it there, back into 1 minute. Okay, and we're looking for fair value gaps above these areas. So this is all balanced. This has all been balanced. Okay, here we go. Here's the fair value gap that we may potentially pull into if price does pull up. I'll drag this out because I want to be able to see it. I hate like when you're going into really small time frames and then everything gets lost. It's a bit of a hassle. Okay, we'll exit replay and we should have this done correctly now. Okay, so if we do get a rally, it's going to be a strong one, I do feel, but yeah, I don't know. Price does look pretty weak. Honestly, I don't see it coming back up to here. I do feel like we're going to hit downside before we touch anywhere up there. So let's have a quick look into what price is currently doing. So we've broken these lows. Sorry. We had broken over here. Here's the short-term low that was broken. After this, yeah, no, it's literally just waiting at the moment. I guess now is a good time to actually look into the trading plan and try and explain it off my sheet, because it will make more sense than trying to go off the top of my head. So like I said, I was trying to look for bias and my bias is short. Now, when I'm looking for shorts, there's certain things which I want to see. So like I just explained, we had the London highs run, sell stops engineered, which means when people think we're going long, they're going to go long and put their stop losses somewhere. They put it below the lows and we had a run on the lows. Price actually broke market structure. We opened up a fair value gap in a premium market. So I'm looking for price to pull back into there to drop. Now, don't get me wrong, I may have just explained the whole plan, but I just want to make sure I haven't missed out on anything. So there's certain things I'm looking for. For example, am I looking for a sweep on liquidity? So like a break above highs or break below lows, or am I looking for price to be rebalanced? So if I look over into the previous day and see what price has done today, I guess I didn't have this in mind, but we did balance a fair value gap just here. So price came through, we broke through London highs, came and matched this, balanced this fair value gap with these highs. Now, this swing down created a fair value gap, as you can see, right? And this swing up here balanced that fair value gap. What that means, according to what I've learned, I may be wrong, is it's an intermediate term high. And intermediate term highs hold strong significance to market structure. So generally, if price does break above, as it did here, price is supposed to be rallying to like the next long-term high, but we didn't have that here. I'm gonna need to go back and revise that sort of very intricate market structure stuff. But yeah, I don't know, like what I see here is it is buy stop, so that's why I am a little bit nervous, because I did have something like this happen to me where, you know, buy stops here, and we did have a sweep and it did take them out, but it wasn't a deep enough move to sort of take out all the orders. So when price moved back into my favor, eventually price came back and dug deeper. It dug in higher than these highs before continuing the way that I was supposed to go. So here we have price looking like it can't break this swing low. So I honestly, at this point, would like to see these two highs broken. I want to see price push up above these highs, breaking that. It's starting to look bullish again. Balance this fair value gap, and then going short. So that's pretty much the basis of this trade. I may not have explained it the best. Like I said, I am trying to trade and explain this at the same time. But while we're waiting for price to do what price does, I made a little poll on my Instagram. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it is do.dion. I don't know if you can see that. So head over to my Instagram, follow me there. That's where most of my like updates and stuff will be. So I made a poll saying, ask me anything. I got like one question. So the question is, what would you say your biggest accomplishment this year so far has been, and why? That's a good question. Let me just have a quick look at the charts. Nothing's really happening still from this swing. We haven't tapped into the premium market yet. The reason why I chose this swing is because this is the swing that occurred after we had highs broken. We had these lows formed, and then price shifted market structure and broke those lows. That's why I'm looking for this one. Haven't tapped into that yet, so there's no worries, no issues there. So what's my biggest accomplishment been so far for this year? It depends. Like, it depends in what regards. So like trading wise, just life wise. But I'd say moving out was a pretty big achievement, because I like financially independent. It was a big goal of mine to move out and just trade and train and sort of like grind pretty much. I wanted that for the longest time, and I finally got that. So that's a pretty big achievement from me. But something else that I guess I'm most proud about, I would say. So I guess the whole moving out thing is a big achievement, but what I'm most proud about would be understanding that what I had been learning over the past 2.5 years is all wrong. Not all wrong, but once I started learning ICT, it was like taking the red pill. It's like it opened my eyes to what trading was and how the markets really moved. And I had to make a decision to either trust my gut and do ICT, but to do that, I needed to forget everything else. I needed to essentially ditch the knowledge I had gained and hustled for very hard over the previous 2 years. So that was a courageous decision. I was a bit on the fence, like, because it's like, dude, I just spent so long learning this, putting in hours, back testing, doing this, doing that. But after like doing ICT, I was like, yo, this is the way to go. So I had to just clear my mind of everything I learned and jump into this as a beginner. I essentially told myself, hey, I'm not a profitable trader anymore. I am just trash. I'm a beginner again. I conditioned myself to think like a beginner, and yeah, I mean, I'm glad I did that, because trading has been very nice after that. But we're still testing it. There are some flaws in the trading still, of course. Like, dude, I've been trading ICT for less than a year. There's gonna be flaws. Now, excuse me for yawning. It is literally it's almost 12 a.m. now, so the training session is about to start. I had made a mistake earlier, but I started started half an hour early. I'm supposed to start 9:30 London time, at New York time, not 9. So that gets me to another point. So I'm not used to staying up this late. Usually it's not something I do. But now I realize, you know, I know where my trading setups are and I know what I'm looking for, and it happens at this time. So this is a big commitment for me now to essentially arrange my day, arrange my lifestyle, change everything to sort of go around and fit around my trading, because this is what's most important to me. So I don't know how I'm going to actually structure my days from now on. Like, am I going to be staying up until 12 p.m. New York time? That'll be like 3 a.m. for me, because that's where the setups for me happen and I don't trade during the lunch hours. So, you know, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to like stay up until 3, get my 8 hours, wake up around like 11-ish lunchtime, then go out through my day and make most of the night? I don't know, but I was having a chat with this with one of my mates, Ali, and yeah, like I was telling him, if we want to be good at trading, we do have to give it our all. And if this means changing my day, changing the structure to stay up this late just to trade and stream, if that's what's required, that's what's required. At the end of the day, this is what I want to do, so this is what I will do if that's needed. So back onto the charts real quick. See a swing low here. Couldn't break this swing. Now, after sweeping the liquidity down here, price has pulled up. I've created a short-term high. I do think this short-term high will be broken. And I do think that we will come and tap into this fair value gap, because this swing low, yeah, we couldn't break this. Coming back up, I feel like we're going to come here, break through here, convince retail that, you know, we're making higher highs, higher lows now, whatever. This may have just been a fake out before going short. But then that also begs, like, gives me the question, like, this is sus. Now, this has happened to me before, like I said, and I'm actually going to show you. So, testing sheet. This is where I put my live testing, live trades, back testing, forward testing, like all that stuff is on here. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to be open and transparent. So, if you look into here, trading into 830 volatility, shouldn't, because price is in a heavy premium. Fair value gap from the previous day has been previously balanced. That's like what happened today. Price hit a discount array where I should have taken target, but I was fixated on the sell stops. That, I think it was this trade. So this is where I was. This is a very similar setup, actually. This is a very similar setup to what we have right now. Of course, on a different time frame, but yeah. I was fixated on the lows here. Let's go into how the trade played out after. We did go into really good profits, but, you know, this is where I should have taken profits at this purple line, because this is what marked the, we were going from a premium to a discount on the larger, like, I didn't have the Fibonacci marked out here, but this is pretty much where I should have been taking my profits. But price came in, but I was fixated on the London lows, just like I'm doing now. So lucky I can see this, so got to keep that in mind. Yeah, and price reversed. And where did it reverse to? Came back and smashed above these highs. So this high here was, like, I saw it get swept here. Price came down, boom, and I entered. But it didn't pull up deep enough, like, it didn't take up enough of the buy stops, because there may have been more and more above. That's what I was trying to say. And here's a visual representation of that. So I'm glad I got all this. So yeah, I think it was these ones here. We pulled up and there was like a high broken here, but didn't come up and break above the buy stops here. So I just don't want that to happen again. So with that in mind, let's go back into the charts. Let's go into the 15-minute time frame and have a look at what's actually happening now. Fair value gap above here. Let's see if this actually is a fair value gap. In previous day on the smaller time frames, I can see swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high. This isn't much of a, like, retail resistance. Honestly, like, I have my eyes here. This looks like a double top. I do think that retail is shorting from here and that there are buy stops. And I do think if we do pull back and we actually don't reject the fair value gap, I do think we might actually come up into this fair value gap here. So let's go back, have a look, smaller details. Where's the fair value gap in this area here? So I mean, this whole area has been balanced. It's just this spot here, but I want to see if it's significant on the 1 minute candle. Okay, so anywhere above there. Okay. Well, look, I'm not too confident with this, not going to lie, because I'm taught to sell into the tap of the fair value gap, right? So if it's tapped and I'm expected to sell, then why should price, fill the entire candle, if that makes sense? We've already filled half of it, and maybe that was all that was needed, but look, this is something I still need to get used to. So, good thing I'm saying it all now because I'm aware of it, but that's why I also put my stop loss above these areas just in case. So let's have a look at what price is currently doing. Again, I'll probably clean up my charts a little bit so I know that's a fair value gap, but don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I'm literally just need this fair value gap here. This is where I want to see price actually pull into. See if we'll create another swing low here and then break through. I'll set a little noise alert here because I just want to show you my testing chart. I think this is really important. The reason why I do this is because I want to be transparent and open with everyone and myself. I want to see what I'm doing, and you can see here deposit 200. So I'm trading on a small FTX account. The trades which you see me execute tonight, should there be any executions, will be on this small $200 account on FTX. So the trades will be done live. Everything's going to be done live. You can't get more authentic than this. And I plan on doing this every single day, Monday to Thursday, because I don't trade Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I will probably leave the weekend for analysis as per usual. But here you can see it's the live account. Here is where I did some forward testing. So we've got all my notes. This is where I took note of what times my trades are playing out. And then here's a bit of back testing when I was really just starting to learn ICT. You can see it was about a month ago. Yeah, just about a month ago. My first back test was a little under 2 months. Okay, that's cool. 2 months in. Not doing too bad, I'd say. Price is still pulling. So, gonna have to sit here and wait, to be honest. But this is the thing. This is what I was thinking about when I was trying to plan out this stuff with live trading. There's gonna be times like this where I'm sitting here and I'm just waiting. So what do I talk about, kind of thing. I guess I can comment on what the market's doing, but I'm just not gonna sit here and stare at every single candlestick it's being formed and trying to explain what it means. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I asked that question about if you got any questions. So unfortunately, I only got one question, and I got 87 views on the story. You guys gotta ask more questions. Don't be shy. I'm sure people have questions. But yeah, I think while I got you guys here, yeah, don't really know where I'm going with this. This is weird. This is I was just talking to my friend about this earlier. Since I'm going live, I can't edit any of this. So yeah, one part of me is being really careful with what I'm saying. The other part of me is being really careful with what I show on screen, because once this is live, anyone can just screen record it and get some details. So I'm gonna be really careful with that. Then the other part of me is keeping an eye on the charts, trying to see what's going on, and then another part of me is just trying to be a little bit entertaining so you guys don't get bored on the stream. So I'm not too sure if I'm gonna open that. No, I'm not gonna open that. Let's go over into FTX here. So this is where I'm gonna be executing my trades. This is all live. I don't know how much more I can prove this, but go over here. Okay, this is where my executions will be taken. So as you can see, I'm looking for shorts. That's gone. Okay, I'll pull it back. Okay, that's nice. This is much nicer. This is a nice fair value gap, but this was not in the premium market, unfortunately. Otherwise, it looks like it's playing out kind of nice. yeah, it was just shy of being in the premium market. So, unfortunately, no trade. Even if we just use the bodies. I mean, if we just use the bodies, I guess that counts. That would have been nice. I'm going to have to go back through my notes and double check because, yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, the skills are slightly rusty. I'm just having a little bit of a brain fog moment if I actually measure the entire range. No, I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, no, it is the entire range. Okay, no, I am correct. So, it's just a matter of waiting. We've had this tweezer bottom, whatever it's called, sweep now. Same as these lows. This swing low has not been broken. So what have we actually done? Why did price come here? Look to the left, right? We're on the 1 minute. I mean, I'll head over into the 1 minute. There's a fair value gap here. As you can see, there's a fair value gap here. We've just balanced this one. And there is another here. But if price forms a swing low from here, I do think there is a chance we're going to make that rally. Tap these highs. 9:30 just started, so I'm expecting some sort of market structure to be broken right now. So yeah, fair value gap has been filled. We've come into a discount market, and price moves between discount and discount and premium. Let's look at it for over the day actually, because I'm curious where price is currently placed in the daily range. From there to there. Okay, so we're currently trading at a nice discount. I am looking for price to trade back into a premium, taking out buy stops, rebalancing this fair value gap, and then making another leg down into the discount market, which will be back down here. So this trade could be if we want to play like a little bit riskier, we could, I mean, according to plan, I wouldn't say making it riskier because this is what ICT teaches. He teaches stops above the last wick, above the candle, so there. This is how he teaches, but he says if you're just getting used to it, then put it above the last swing high. And I'm still learning, so I should probably put it above the last swing high. So here's the premium, here's a discount. If we trade from this fair value gap just for price to come back to the discount, that's already a nice trade given the stop loss parameters and the take profit. But I'm not really looking for that too much, like short term of a trade. I do like to take profits where buy or sell stops are taken. So if I'm going to be honest, it most will be there. But now it's just managing my stop loss. Do I want to have a stop loss this tight? Because not going to lie, it is scary when price is running up into that fair value gap and you're expected to just, oh, here we go. Is it coming up? I'm going to put my details in just now, so if it does fly, at least I won't miss it because price moves quick. Take profit 9,300. Stop loss, we're gonna do it properly. This is what was taught, so we're not gonna play it safe. We'll do it properly because I've done my analysis and I've gone over it with you guys, so I'm feeling good. Risk $200 account. I'm gonna risk $2 as 1%. Now, I don't know if I have enough. There we go. Okay, so the reason why it's not looking like a great risk to reward at the moment, I take profit there, 9 forward. Okay, I did that correctly. It's because price is currently here. So when price is up here, it's going to look much different. Like these numbers down here. The risk to reward will open up and be normal. So yeah, look, strong rally. Let's see if we come and tap into this fair value gap. I do think it will, but my question is, will we run through the fair value gap or are we just going to tap it? That's the question. This is where I could lose the trade, and it could happen very quickly. But if I wait for a rejection, then I lose my entry. So it is kind of scary. You know what? I just remembered ICT said if there is another fair value gap above, then put stops above that or adjust your risk to accommodate for it. So 19,430 is my stop loss. There we go. And again, now it's a 0.28. We're making our way up. I did set an alert somewhere, but I think it's gonna be really loud. I hope it's not. All right, here we go. Live execution. We're about to go in. I'm gonna risk that $2, and as soon as I see it tap in, we're in. Come on, price. We're so close. Okay, I'm just concentrating at the moment because I don't want to. It moves quick, so got to be focused. Come on, any moment we might actually shoot right through before I even have the chance to enter, and if that's the case, boom, there we go. Live trade, there we go. Let's not fly through that fair value gap now. So there you go. There's your live execution, the whole breakdown beforehand. And yeah, I'm going to stay on the charts though, because I do want to see how this plays out. Whole analysis has been done. And what I'm going to do now is this. Copy the chart image. This is the before. So I go into my testing sheet, live account. I put the date down. It's the 25th of the 10th. Before. Now I can do my little like markup. So what are the main points? Like what made me take this trade? So I'm gonna do this. Daily short bias. London highs swept. Rebalancing previous days fair value gap. So this is what I explained. We got a short bias already. We broke London highs, balanced the previous day's fair value gap, created a short-term low. That's the next step. Short-term low. Low was created. Price ran through lows, creating a fair value gap in the premium market. Entered at the touch of fair value gap with stops accommodate. I don't know how to spell that. With stops considering the fair value gap above. Okay, that's a very nice, clean trade breakdown here. My daily bias is short. The London highs were swept, rebalancing the previous day's fair value gap. A short-term low was created. Price ran through the lows, creating a fair value gap in a premium market, also breaking market structure. So, shifting market structure. Market structure. Entered at the touch of the fair value gap. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Okay, so far so good. This trade, yeah, so far so good. Now, oh shit, it's not 900. Yeah, no, we're gonna leave it at 9,300. And yeah, I'm looking for the low, like, the low bearing fruit. So pretty much the easy targets. Just boom, quick scalp in and out. That's what I'm looking for. Now, I might adjust my take profit and then just like sort of take partials when price goes down there. Oh, that's a very fast pull, but that hasn't. Okay, there we go. So the FTX is faster, right? So if you look at FTX, you're going to be able to see this move before this. So this one's more accurate, but here's the swing lows. See, this is where the sell stops are. But I am looking to take just the quick, easy ones. Just like, look, you can't complain with the 2.85 risk to reward trade. Just taking out the last low. Like, I'm not going to be greedy like I was last time. Oh, there you go. Last time I waited for this to be swept. And that's when price reversed and took me out. In this case, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm just going to take my trade, get that last low swept, ran through, whatever, taken out, and that's my trade for the day. 2.8%, I'm not going to be mad with that. So, at this point, yeah, look, we're just waiting. Well, what time frame is this on? 15 minute. Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I don't usually like just sit here and watch the charts. Usually I go on YouTube or I'm doing some sort of other work. But in this case, I just like I got to be careful with what I show on screen. Like there's nothing inappropriate, obviously, but this is regards to, like personal stuff or like my personal details that I want to accidentally show something which I shouldn't. So in this case, we're gonna stay here and we're gonna look at the charts. So I'm gonna set a little alert, because if I hear this alert, the noise, then it means that we hit profit target. So let's go back through this and yeah. Do you guys journal your trades? How do you do it? This is personally how I like to do it. I think I'm gonna learn another method of journaling my trades using a different platform. So, oh, did we just hit profit? Oh, sweet. All right, done. That's it. Trade's done. It says 1%. I don't know why it says 1% win, but I mean, you saw everything was marked there. So, awesome. Is that the end of the trade? I mean, sort of end of the live stream? No, it is not, because I gotta mark this. I tapped it right there. This is my finished trade. I am going to do this. Finish trade. Great success. This is a sweet, like, first live stream. I hit take profit on this live trade. Like, in how many minutes did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like, that's nuts. I just hit take profit in 5 minutes. That's mad. I'm gonna see if my mates, who's, like, I want to see who's watching, honestly, at the moment. Because I feel like I'm just sitting here celebrating this win by myself. Not gonna lie, it's smooth. It was a smooth trade. Wait, am I live? Surely. Wait, now I'm second questioning myself. Is this live? What if I do this? Yeah, this is live. Okay, never mind. This is live. Who's watching? Sweet. I got 0 viewers. No one's watching, and I just just hit this take profit. Oh well, at least it's here. So let's go into Instagram. Do a little promo. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna end it here. Trade's done. No one's watching anyways. You saw the whole breakdown. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. See ya tomorrow.